They were surrounded by soldiers, rifles aimed, searchlights burning into their faces, yet neither of them had done anything wrong. So why did it feel like they were about to be executed for a secret they didn't even know they carried? High voltage. The night was cold, the air heavy with the smell of dust and iron. Behind the mountains, the last traces of sunset were swallowed by darkness, leaving only the blinding beams of military floodlights. A young man gripped the hand of the girl beside him, his heart hammering against his ribs as if it wanted to escape before he could. Around them, 6 soldiers in heavy armor tightened their circle, their rifles locked, fingers brushing against triggers. The boy's breath was ragged. He wanted to scream at them, ask why they were here, what crime they had committed, who had betrayed them, but fear choked his throat. The girl, pale yet unyielding, lifted her chin and stared straight into the soldier's light as though daring the shadows to break her. She didn't tremble, but he could feel her pulse racing through her wrist. "Move," one soldier barked, his accent thick, his tone commanding. The boy hesitated. Moving meant submission. Submission meant captivity. And captivity here, on this side of the mountains, meant vanishing forever. He had heard the stories, rumors whispered in alleys about those who crossed the wrong border or were caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. They didn't return. The girl's voice was a whisper, sharp enough to cut the tension. "Trust me. Don't fight them." But he couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't being taken in as suspects. They were being hunted. As they were pushed forward, the glare of the spotlights revealed more of the terrain. High fences lined with coiled barbed wire cut through the mountain pass like scars. This wasn't just a patrol, this was a trap. Someone knew they'd be here. Someone wanted them caught alive. The boy clenched his jaw. "Why us?" he whispered, barely audible. The girl's eyes flickered, not with fear, but with something else. Knowledge. She didn't answer, not because she didn't know, but because the truth was far too dangerous to speak aloud. The soldiers marched them forward, boots crunching over gravel, rifles steady, discipline unbreakable. The boy tried to memorize their movements, their formation, any weakness he could exploit, but there was none. Every step carried them deeper into the unknown. And then, just as the weight of defeat pressed hardest against his chest, the mountains answered. A low rumble rolled across the rocks. The ground trembled. Floodlights flickered. For a fraction of a second, the soldiers faltered, their eyes darting toward the shadows between the cliffs. The boy seized that moment, tightening his grip on the girl's hand, ready to run. But before he could move, the girl squeezed back harder, holding him in place. Her eyes glimmered in the half-light with something terrifyingly certain. "Don't run," she whispered, her voice fierce. "This is what I was waiting for." The rumble grew louder, closer, like a storm surging beneath the earth. The soldiers shouted, rifles raised, some pointing outward toward the mountains, others snapping back toward the 2 captives as though they might have caused this. The boy stared at the girl in disbelief. She didn't look surprised. She looked prepared. And then it hit him. She knew. She had always known. The ground beneath their feet cracked. A thin line of light, unnatural and glowing, spread across the dirt like molten veins. Soldiers shouted, stumbling back. One fired into the shadows, the shot echoing like thunder. The girl turned to the boy, her face inches from his, her words meant for him alone. "They think we're prisoners. But you're the key." "And she swallowed, her voice breaking with the weight of secrets too heavy to carry. "I was sent to protect you." The world roared. The mountains split open. And the night was no longer theirs.